The 1980s gave us some of the most imaginative cartoons ever created, yet many of these incredible shows have been lost to time, fading from memory. In this video, we'll uncover 20 forgotten cartoons from the 1980s that shaped our childhood. From intergalactic battles to magical friendships, each show holds a unique story. Stick around for nostalgia-packed memories and rediscover the hidden gems you might have forgotten. The Littles. Do you remember peeking into the walls as a child, wondering if little people lived inside? The Littles brought that fantasy to life in the 1980s, making us believe that a whole world of miniature humans might be sharing our homes. These tiny, mouse-sized characters with tails and pointy ears were resourceful, adventurous, and full of heart. Each episode followed Tom, Lucy, and their mischievous cousin Dinky as they embarked on daring escapades, often involving humans who threatened their secret existence. What made The Littles so captivating? Maybe it was their ingenuity, using everyday objects like bottle caps or paper clips as tools. Or perhaps it was their relatable struggles, family bonds, bravery, and the constant challenge of being different in a big world. For kids, this show wasn't just about action. It was about dreaming of a hidden universe where the smallest voices could still make a difference. As adults, it's easy to see why we were hooked. The show encouraged us to see the world with curiosity and creativity. Even now, thinking about The Littles sparks nostalgia for a time when imagination knew no limits. Did you ever secretly hope to find their world? You weren't alone. Mass out! What happens when you mix the tech brilliance of the Transformers with the elite squad action of G.I. Joe? You get Mask, Mobile Armored Strike Command, a show that had everything a young mind craved. Transforming vehicles, high-stakes missions, and iconic masks that granted each character unique powers. Matt Tracker and his team weren't your typical heroes. They operated covertly, battling the evil Venom, vicious evil network of mayhem, with gadgets that seemed straight out of a spy thriller. Who could forget the Thunderhawk, a sports car that turned into a fighter jet, or the Condor, a motorcycle that became a helicopter? The brilliance of Mask lay in its ability to keep you guessing. What would the vehicles transform into next? How would the masks play into the mission? Every episode left you on the edge of your seat. It wasn't just a show, it was a blueprint for playground adventures. Kids would imagine themselves piloting these incredible machines, wearing their own masks, and saving the world. Even decades later, Mask represents the perfect blend of creativity and action. Why did this gem fade away? It's one of the great mysteries of 80s cartoons, but its legacy of innovation remains unforgettable. Silverhawks. Ever dream of soaring through space with wings of steel? That's exactly what the Silverhawks promised. This intergalactic team of half-human, half-machine heroes brought a futuristic spin to the classic cowboy narrative. Led by Commander Stargazer, they fought to keep peace in the galaxy against the sinister Monstar, who wielded dark energy to spread chaos. The visuals of Silverhawks were breathtaking for its time. Each character, with their metallic sheen, seemed larger than life. Quicksilver, the team leader, exuded charisma and strength, while Steelheart and Steel Will showcased teamwork and resilience. Even the sidekick, Tallyhawk, added charm as a robotic bird companion. But it wasn't just the action that hooked us, it was the idea of transformation. Watching ordinary humans become these superpowered beings with dazzling wings symbolized endless possibilities. Who wouldn't want to escape Earth and become a shining protector of the galaxy? Today's Silverhawks might seem like a hidden gem, overshadowed by its more famous sibling, Thundercats. But for those who remember, it was more than a show, it was a gateway to imagining life among the stars. What would you do if you could take flight in the cosmos? Visionaries. What happens when a futuristic society loses all its technology and reverts to a world ruled by magic? Visionaries. Knights of the Magical Light answered that question with a unique blend of science fiction and fantasy. The show introduced us to the Spectral Knights and the Darkling Lords, two factions fighting for control of their now magical world. Each knight carried a holographic totem animal that granted them special abilities. For example, Leoric transformed into a lion, symbolizing his bravery, while his enemy Darkstorm turned into a menacing mollusk. The totems weren't just cool visuals, they represented the characters' personalities and added depth to their battles. The beauty of the Visionaries lay in its underlying theme, adaptation. How do you survive when everything you know is taken away? The series taught us about resilience, teamwork, and finding new strengths in the face of change. Though the show only lasted a single season, its rich lore and stunning visuals left a mark. Imagine the possibilities if this concept were revisited today. Would you align with the Spectral Knights or give in to the Darkling Lords? Jem and the Holograms. Showtime synergy! With those words, Jerrica Benton transformed into Jem, the neon-haired leader of Jem and the Holograms. This wasn't just a cartoon, it was a cultural phenomenon that encapsulated the music, fashion, and drama of the 80s. At its core, Jem was a story about dual identities. By day, Jerrica was a business-savvy woman running Starlight Music. By night, she became Jem, using her holographic earrings to project a persona that captured audiences worldwide. Alongside her bandmates, she faced rivalries with the Misfits, tackled personal struggles, and balanced the pressures of fame. The show was bold, addressing issues like jealousy, betrayal, and empowerment, all while delivering catchy songs that became instant earworms. For fans, Jem wasn't just a character, she was a role model, proving that women could be strong, creative, and multifaceted. Looking back, Jem and the Holograms list was ahead of its time, blending storytelling with a powerful message about staying true to yourself. If you grew up singing along to Jem, you'll know exactly why she's truly outrageous. Wouldn't it be fun to relive the glam rock magic? Dino Riders.
Forces. And so, the battle continues in a new place and time with Dino Rider.
Picture this, a Tyrannosaurus Rex charging into battle, decked out with lasers, armor, and a rider commanding it from a futuristic saddle. That's the unforgettable premise of Dino Riders. This 1980s gem combined two childhood obsessions, dinosaurs and high-tech sci-fi, into one epic series. The Valorians, a peaceful civilization, are thrust back in time and form telepathic bonds with dinosaurs to fight the evil Rulons, who enslave the creatures with cruel brainwashing devices. But what made the Dino Riders special wasn't just the jaw-dropping action, it was the emotional depth. The bond between the Valorians and their dinosaur allies stood in stark contrast to the Rulons' exploitation, teaching young viewers the value of respect, teamwork, and empathy. This wasn't just a show about cool gadgets, it was a battle for freedom and friendship. The visuals were stunning for their time, bringing prehistoric creatures to life in a way that captured imaginations. Whether it was a Pteranodon soaring through the skies or an Ankylosaurus defending with its armored tail, every detail made you want to dive into this world. It wasn't just entertainment, it was inspiration for hours of playtime adventures. Why did the Dino Riders disappear? Perhaps it was overshadowed by other sci-fi hits of the era, but for those who remember, it was a series that made us dream of riding dinosaurs into battle, and its legacy is as strong as the mighty T-Rex, Denver, the last dinosaur. He's my friend and a whole lot more. If you just sang that line in your head, you're one of the many who grew up loving Denver, the last dinosaur. This quirky show introduced us to a fun-loving, skateboarding, guitar-playing dinosaur who lived in sunny 1980s California with a group of human friends. The series began with a group of teens discovering a mysterious egg that hatches into Denver, a friendly dinosaur with a knack for getting into trouble. But Denver wasn't just about fun and games. He became the glue that held the group together, helping them navigate typical teen challenges like friendships, bullies, and responsibility, all while hiding him from the world. What set Denver apart was its blend of lighthearted humor and educational elements. Between the hijinks, the show found time to sprinkle in facts about dinosaurs and history, making it more than just entertainment. And let's not forget the catchy theme song, which still lives rent-free in many minds today. For kids in the 80s, Denver was more than a cartoon. He was a symbol of adventure, loyalty, and a time when anything felt possible. If you ever wished you could find your own dinosaur egg, you weren't alone. The Wuzzles. Take a bumblebee and mix it with a lion, or combine a kangaroo and an elephant. That's the magic of the Wuzzles, a colorful and whimsical cartoon where every character was a hybrid of two animals. Living on the fantastical Woos, these charming creatures tackled everyday problems with humor, creativity, and a big dose of teamwork. Characters like Bumble Lion, Butter Bear, and Rhino Key brought vibrant personalities to the screen. Each episode featured heartwarming stories about friendship and problem solving, wrapped in a world so imaginative that it felt like stepping into a dream. The Wuzzles' unique designs and playful adventures made them an instant hit with kids kids. But beyond the cute characters, the Wuzzles had a deeper message, embracing differences. Each character's hybrid nature highlighted the idea that being unique is a strength, not a flaw. It was an early lesson in diversity wrapped in a package of bright colors and laughs. Though it only lasted one season, the Wuzzles had captured the hearts of 80s kids. If you were one of them, you might still smile at the thought of Bumbleion buzzing around or Rhino Key cracking jokes. Turbo Teen. What if your teenage years came with a bizarre twist, like turning into a car? That's exactly what Brett Matthews dealt with in Turbo Teen. After a lab accident fused his DNA with his sports car, Brett found himself transforming into a vehicle whenever his body temperature rose. Weird? Absolutely. Memorable? Without a doubt. The show's premise was as wild as it sounds, but that's what made it so captivating. Brett and his friends roared into action every episode, using his unique ability to solve mysteries and outsmart villains. The transformations, often accompanied by dramatic sound effects, were both cool and slightly unsettling, leaving kids in awe of the concept. But beneath the absurdity, Turbo Teen was about adapting to life's challenges, even when they're as unusual as becoming a turbocharged vehicle. It fueled kids' imagination, sparking endless games of pretending to rev up into action. Though short-lived, Turbo Teen left a lasting impression. It may not have made sense, but it didn't need to. It was pure 80s fun. Pound puppies.
We're Pound Puppies. Cooler and the crew. Whopper Friday.
If you ever begged your parents for a toy puppy in the 80s, Pound Puppies probably had something to do with it. This heartwarming cartoon followed a group of adorable talking dogs who lived in a shelter, dreaming of finding forever homes while embarking on exciting adventures. The show centered around Cooler, the charismatic leader, and his lovable crew, including Nose Marie and Whopper. Together, they worked to help their fellow pups find families, often outsmarting bumbling villains or overcoming obstacles in the process. Every episode tugged at your heartstrings, mixing humor with lessons about kindness, loyalty, and perseverance. But Pound Puppies wasn't just about cute dogs. It taught kids the importance of compassion, responsibility, and the joy of adopting animals in need. The show's themes resonated deeply, making it more than just entertainment. It was a movement that encouraged empathy and care for others. For many kids, Pound Puppies wasn't just a show. It was the reason they fell in love with dogs. Even today, the memories of those adventures live on, reminding us of the power of friendship and a wagging tail. Wildfire.
Numa distribuição Home Vision, Cavalo.
Imagine discovering that you're not just an ordinary girl, but the heir to a magical kingdom, and your protector is a mystical horse. That's the story of Wildfire. The show followed Sarah, a teenage girl from Earth, who learns she is the princess of the magical world of Darshan. Her guide and loyal companion is Wildfire, a majestic horse who transports her between worlds to fight against the evil forces threatening her homeland. What made Wildfire so enchanting was its mix of fantasy and emotional depth. At its heart, it was about courage, identity, and standing up for what's right. Every episode brought magical battles and heartfelt moments, with Sarah growing into her role as a leader while protecting her friends and family. And for kids, Wildfire was a portal to a realm of wonder and bravery, where a horse could be more than a pet. It could be a symbol of destiny. The series may not have lasted long, but its magic left an indelible mark on the imaginations of its fans. Widget. The World Watcher. In an era where environmental awareness was just beginning to take root, Widget, the World Watcher, brought eco-consciousness to Saturday mornings. The show starred Widget, a shape-shifting alien sent to Earth to protect it from pollution, deforestation, and other threats. Alongside his human friends Kevin and Christine, Widget tackled environmental challenges with a mix of humor, action, and education. What made Widget unique was how it addressed serious issues in a kid-friendly way. Instead of preaching, the show turned problems like oil spills or endangered species into exciting adventures. Kids learned about the environment without even realizing it. Widget's transformations and clever solutions kept the action engaging. Widget, the World Watcher, that wasn't just a cartoon, it was a call to action. It inspired a generation to think about the planet and their role in protecting it. For those who grew up watching, Widget was more than an alien hero. He was a reminder that small actions could make a big difference. Beverly Hills Teen. What happens when you mix high school drama with over-the-top luxury? You get the Beverly Hills Teens, a cartoon that turned the glitz and glamour of Beverly Hills into a playground for a group of spoiled yet endearing teenagers. The show followed characters like Lark, the kind-hearted blonde, Bianca, her scheming rival, and Troy, the charming love interest. Their adventures revolved around shopping sprees, parties, and navigating high school relationships, all set against the backdrop of extravagant mansions and designer outfits. What made Beverly Hills Teens stand out was its satirical take on wealth and privilege. While it showcased the excesses of the 80s, it also poked fun at them, giving kids a glimpse into a world of luxury they could only dream of. Beneath the glamour, it reminded viewers about the importance of friendship and staying grounded, even in the spotlight. The series may have been a bit over the top, but that's what made it so fun. It captured the decade's obsession with fashion and status while delivering plenty of laughs along the way. Rubik, the Amazing Cube.
Hello, my name is Rubik.
In the 80s, few toys were as iconic as the Rubik's Cube, but what if it could talk, float, and solve mysteries? That was the premise of the Rubik, the Amazing Cube. This quirky cartoon followed a group of kids who discover a magical Rubik's Cube with a cheerful face and the ability to come alive when solved. Rubik wasn't just a toy, he was a friend. Together with his human companions, he used his powers to thwart bad guys and help those in need. The show's mix of adventure and humor made it a hit with kids who were already obsessed with the puzzle toy. But Rubik, the Amazing Cube, wasn't just about solving mysteries. It was a celebration of teamwork and problem solving, with Rubik's magical transformations reflecting the joy of cracking a difficult puzzle. For fans, it added a whole new layer of fun to the already beloved toy. Kid Video. What if you got sucked into a music video and had to find your way back to reality? That's the wild premise of Kid Video. The show began with a group of teenage musicians being transported into the flip side, a colorful, surreal world ruled by the evil Master Blaster. With the help of Glitter, a fairy-like guide, the band used their music to navigate the flip side's bizarre landscapes and defeat Master Blaster's schemes. Each episode was packed with catchy songs and wild visuals that felt like an 80s music video brought to life. Kid Video wasn't just about the adventure, it was about celebrating creativity and the power of music. It captured the decade's energy, blending fantasy with the upbeat vibe of pop culture. For fans, it was a one-of-a-kind experience that turned every episode into a mini concert. Even today, its soundtrack and imaginative world remain unforgettable. Cops.
It's crime fighting time.
Imagine a futuristic city where crime has reached new technological heights. Who do you call? The Cops, the central organization of police specialists. This team of cyber-enhanced law enforcers was tasked with battling the crime lord Big Boss and his gang of high-tech villains. Each Cops member had a unique cybernetic enhancement that gave them an edge in the field. From Bulletproof, the team leader with an armored torso, to Longarm, who used an extending handcuff arm, every character had a distinct personality and skill set. Meanwhile, the villains were just as colorful, featuring characters like Ms. Demeanor and Buttons McBoom Boom, who added a quirky edge to the action. The series wasn't just about flashy gadgets, it was about justice and teamwork in a world that felt like a cross between a cop drama and a sci-fi blockbuster. For kids, it was an exhilarating look at a high-tech future where good always triumphed over evil. Camp Candy.
Summer made of memories at Camp Candy.
Yep. What happens when a lovable comedian becomes the head counselor of a summer camp? You get to Camp Candy, a lighthearted show starring John Candy as a cartoon version of himself. Set in a colorful summer camp, the series followed John and his campers as they navigated outdoor adventures, life lessons, and plenty of laughs. What made Camp Candy special was its warmth. John Candy's charm carried over into his animated counterpart, creating a character who was equal parts goofy and heartwarming. Each episode had a message, teaching kids about friendship, teamwork, and respecting nature, all while delivering plenty of laughs. For kids in the 80s, Camp Candy felt like a cozy escape, making them wish they could join the fun at a camp run by John Candy. It may not have had high-stakes drama, but its simplicity and humor made it unforgettable. Galaxy High School. What if you were the new kid in school, except it's in outer space? That's the premise of Galaxy High School, a show about two human teenagers, Doyle and Amy, who are sent to study at a high school filled with quirky alien classmates. The series flips stereotypes on their head. Doyle, the popular jock on Earth, struggles to fit in, while Amy, the nerdy girl, becomes a star student. Their adventures in navigating this bizarre intergalactic environment were full of humor, heart, and lessons about accepting differences. The show's imaginative setting and wacky alien designs made it visually captivating, while its relatable themes of fitting in and finding your place struck a chord with viewers. Galaxy High School that proved that no matter where you are in the universe, school life is always an adventure. The Bionic Six.
Good and evil. The Bionic Six.
A family of superheroes, each enhanced with bionic powers, taking on villains to protect the world. That's the thrilling concept of the Bionic Six. This show introduced us to the Bennetts, an ordinary family transformed into heroes after a freak accident grants them extraordinary abilities. Led by their father, Jack, aka Bionic One, the family worked together to stop the evil Dr. Scarab and his gang. Each member had unique powers like Karate One's strength or Sport One's agility, which they combined to take on any threat. What made the Bionic Six stand out was its focus on family dynamics. Amid the action, the show explored themes like trust, teamwork, and the importance of supporting each other. It wasn't just about fighting villains, it was about how a family could come together to overcome anything. Dino Saucers. Dinosaurs from outer space. That was the wild premise of the Dino Saucers, a show about two groups of anthropomorphic dinosaurs battling for control of Earth. The heroic Dino Saucers, led by Allo, sought peace, while the evil Tyrannos, led by Genghis Rex, aimed to conquer the planet. What made the series memorable was its mix of humor, action, and absurdity. The Dino Saucers worked alongside a group of human teens, the Secret Scouts, to thwart the Tyrannos' schemes. Their advanced technology and dinosaur-themed gadgets kept kids glued to the screen. The show also sparked endless playtime imagination. Who wouldn't want to ride a dinosaur equipped with lasers? Though it only lasted one season, Dino Saucers remains a cult favorite, reminding us that dinosaurs and sci-fi are always a winning combination. These forgotten 80s cartoons weren't just shows, they were magical moments that shaped our imaginations and childhoods. From heroic battles to whimsical adventures, they taught us about courage, teamwork, and friendship. Which was your favorite? Let us know, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgic journeys.